Tropel Jizzo here. I was watching YouTube. I'm always watching YouTube, you know that. And I saw something interesting. Someone had recorded Cheap Trick at some outdoor county fair. They recorded the whole concert, the whole show, every song. Now I have a question for you, the concert goer. Do these people annoy you as much as they annoy me? I'm talking about the people that record whole shows, that stand there next to you holding their phone, or even worse, their tablet in front of their face for the entire hour. Now, I imagine it would be annoying if you were sitting or standing next to someone doing that. What about the ones that stand there recording the dead air between songs? That's even better. What the f*** is the point of that? Continuity? Okay, now that we've sort of established how annoying these people are to you, imagine how annoying these people are to me. All right, man, how we doing tonight? This next song is called... People like this tend to go to concerts not for the real musical experience like the rest of us, but to collect content for their YouTube channels. They usually go by the name of Super Rock Fan, which isn't really entirely correct. If you really were a Super Rock Fan, you would just live in the moment like the rest of the audience. People want to record a song or two. I totally get that, and it doesn't bother me, unless, of course, I'm playing a small club and they stick the fucking phone 2 inches from my face. This video is not about the accursed phones for once. I'm not railing against the creepy robotic changes in human behavior brought about by the phones or the addictive nature of the phones. This is about bands and how they always have to be at their best, even when they're performing at some anonymous county fair in the middle of nowhere. County fairs can be tough. There's almost zero rock and roll mystique when you're playing a county fair. There's cotton candy, and there's screaming kids, and there's root beer floats, and there's hogs and heifers, and all the miracle of life shit that's going on around you. It's not easy to be cool at a county fair, especially a county fair during the day with no lights, no smoke, no vibe. So that being said, when you see a band like Cheap Trick, a famous band playing during the day at a county fair, a bunch of guys in their 70s, no less, it's tough. It's a tough gig. Maybe some of the audience isn't really there to see them. Maybe the concert was sort of included in the county fair admission, or maybe it's not a super well-attended crowd. At least that's what I saw watching the video. Lots of empty seats up front, some people getting into it, others sort of talking and texting, or worse, others talking and taking selfies of each other, not even interested in watching the band at all. Sometimes it takes a supreme effort to go out there, especially for a band as famous as Cheap Trick, to go out there in an atmosphere not 100% suited for a real rock show and give it their all. Xander did the best he could. He tried to engage the audience, he moved around, he smiled at them. All those amazing classic songs, a man in his 70s, no less. Not easy. As an aside, I wouldn't have worn that silly hat, but that's just me. My point is this. As a performer, I have played these kind of shows. County fairs, outdoor things, in the daytime, one rock band out of a cluster of classic rock bands playing in an afternoon. The audience might know 1 or 2 songs from whatever band is playing, but it is what it is. A gig is a gig, as they say, and some are really good and some just aren't. You take them as they come and you make the best of it. So, to my point, I'm watching this Cheap Trick show on YouTube, and the guitar player, Rick Nielsen, I'm watching him. I'm watching his body language. And in my opinion, as I'm watching him, he looks bored. He looks down a lot. He barely sings. He looks like he's going through the motions. Every once in a while, he shoots the drummer a dirty look, like he just f***ed up a part in the song. That was my take anyway, watching him. The bass player wore sunglasses and this floppy hat like Jimmy Buffett straight out of Margaritaville, he too looked like he was just trying to get through the set. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it looked like. So, here's the thing. I do these kind of gigs, outdoor county fairs where you're the entertainment. Sometimes they're really great and they surprise you. And sometimes they're so degrading, you wish you had a floppy hat and sunglasses and a lounge chair and maybe some Xanax. This is the important thing. Even if the gig isn't the best gig, or even if the people in the audience aren't necessarily there to see you or even know you, you have to give it your best. You can't let yourself be taken down a notch psychologically. And in doing so, treat the gig as anything less than the most important thing in your life, because believe it or not, it is. You know, I did a show a few months back opening up for Billy Idol, who I love, and I'm guessing no one knew or even cared who the opening band was. We came out to a sea of who the f*** are these guys. I saw it. I felt it. As a performer, you can feel this stuff. You can totally feel it. Who are these guys? Oh, they do that one song. All right, we're not gonna take it. No, the other song. Come on, feel the noise. Oh, okay, I know that song. Well, maybe they should just f***ing play it then. So we did our thing. We went out there and we made that gig the most important thing in our lives. Like we were a young unsigned band back in the day and Warner Brothers was out there trying to sign us. And we won the day. I think we won the day. We always win the day. We won the day at M3. We won the day on the Monsters of Rock cruise. We're playing the Mountain Show in Kentucky a few weeks from now. And yes, I think we will win the day. Why? Because we give a shit. I give a shit about the gig. If you don't give a shit, you end up in the scrap heap of rock. If you let a less than perfect gig get to you, then that is your fault as a performer. It's not the audience's fault. You don't yell at them for not standing up. Jesus Christ, most of the fans are in their 50s and have arthritis. You don't yell at them for not clapping. You reach out to the audience. You bring them in. You get them to engage with you. I shouldn't even have to say that. You know, as a traveling musician, maybe you're tired. Maybe you didn't get any sleep the night before. Maybe you're having marriage problems or your band is fighting with each other. It doesn't matter. You've got to treat every show like it's your last. If you don't, then you're already dead. So here endeth the lesson. Even if you're as famous as Cheap Trick, there's no excuse for a lackluster performance. Look at Mick Jagger, 81 years old, and he still rocks circles around us mere mortals. Don't fade away. Don't succumb to a bad gig and make it worse. Don't be shitty to the audience or to the crew. Get the audience engaged. Joke with them. Lighten the moment. Talk to them as a person, not as a thing to be overcome. Sometimes it's hard, man. Sometimes I do a lot of shows, and some are amazing, and some frankly just aren't. But I always try and rescue a bad gig, and I make it better. I don't always succeed, let me tell you, but I try. In this 80s rock milieu, it isn't easy to not be cheesy. We're all doing the best we can, and getting older doesn't help. Hence my keto lifestyle. I keep bringing it up. I'm weighing in now at a lean 160 pounds. I'm almost the same weight I had 35 years ago when my first record came out. A little hair dye, some new Warren Star threads, and I am ready to rock. Send me in, coach. Sherrill Palchizzo, rockin' and rollin', and we'll see you next time.